Hey everybody! It's not often that I kick out the jams this happy, huh? But we got some really great breaking news. And here's the thing, within the last hour, we found out via tweet by the President of the United States that he has informed John Bolton last night that his services are no longer needed at the White House. I disagreed strongly with many of his suggestions, as did others in the administration, and therefore I asked him for his resignation, which was given to me this morning. I thank John very much for his service. I will be naming a new national security advisor next week. Woo! Yeah! You know what we do on this program? You know what we do? We give credit where credit is fucking due. And thank you, Bogus Hype. I appreciate that super chat. Good move. Good move. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you. This was something that needed to be done. Now, I was extremely happy when he got rid of Mattis. In fact, I still think that scathing op-ed piece was Mattis. I know that some of the alternative media have called it like a composite piece, et cetera, et cetera. I really think Mattis was behind that. I think he was pushed to write it. I think that at some point he will be revealed to be the author. That could be 100% wrong. Don't care. Mattis is out too. Now, here's something really interesting. Some people ask me, why do you not like John Bolton? And I'm thinking to myself, what are you talking about? The man's the devil incarnate. He's been calling for war with Iran before it was hip or cool. This guy is an ultra aggression threat against any nation whatsoever that does not go lockstep with globalist policies. Iran being one of them. Just one. What he wanted to do with North Korea was disgusting, disturbing, sickening. All right, I've played numerous clips of this mustachioed asshole trying to get more and more people killed. Okay? So here's Mattis joking with John Bolton here about him being the devil incarnate. Oh, is there no sound on that?
Thanks for coming, and it's good to finally meet you, Pencil. I've heard that you're actually
Maybe we got to play that again.
Right now, we have a...
No, I don't want you, Bernie. How was the audio on that? Let me know in the comments. I hope the things aren't done, but let's see what we got it this time.
Thanks for coming, and it's good to finally meet you, Pencil. I've heard that you're absolutely devil incarnate. I wanted to meet you.
All right,
right now, we have a dysfunctional
health. Just take that off right there. But there he is, yeah. Oh, this is another video of it? Man, I'm sorry, guys. Let me see if it's all in this freaking audio cord right here. It's killing me right here. Let's see.
All right. Well, at least it was nice weather. You got to look at the bright side, okay? Best of both.
Mr. Secretary,
It's
so
good
good
to
to see
meet
you.
you.
Thank you for inviting me over. I appreciate it.
Thanks for coming, and it's good to finally meet you, Pencil. I've heard that you're absolutely devil incarnate. I wanted to meet you.
Oh, you wanted to meet the devil. Well, that's great. So, guys, John Bolton's out. I'm going to be taking your questions. We're going to wrap it up to the top. If you've got any kind of questions regarding John Bolton, who should be the next Secretary of Defense, I don't want it to be somebody like Jack Keane. I don't want another neocon-esque, neoliberal warmonger in there either. I'd like to see Rand Paul in there. I really would. Now's the time, Mr. President, to reach out to that base that voted for you in the first election. That included myself reluctantly. You know, I liked what he said about getting out of Afghanistan, getting out of Iraq, not being involved in Syria. He's done none of those things. I've been very worried about people like Mattis, Pompeo, and Bolton being in there. But as I say all the time, guys, we give credit where credit is due. Bolton has been fired. Bolton has been fired. So let's continue down here. It was in Fitch's live stream. Fired or put into protective custody for questioning. Listen, here's the deal, James DeGray. Are you mentally unstable? Are you ill? Do you believe in fairy tales? Is the tooth fairy coming sometime? Does Santa Claus come down a chimney? Is the Easter bunny hibbity-hobbiting all around the world? No, sir. What happened was the president asked him to resign like he said in the tweet, and then he gave his resignation. This isn't fairy tale world, okay? He's not in protective custody, in questioning. Guantanamo Bay is largely a place to house and torture our preconceived enemies that in many cases were goat herders and farmers and labeled enemy combatants. And it's a place to propagandize 9/11 as the anniversary comes up for show trials for Khalid Sheikh Mohammed and 4 others, if you can call show military tribunals trials. That's what's really going on, Mr. DeGray. A fatal paper cut. Do not pass go. Do not collect $500, Mr. Bolton. We've got a little bit of a Monopoly reference right there. Hello, beautiful people. Hello, Jana Bear. Wow, it's cold in here. Don't worry, they warm right up. Bobby Patrick, I believe I was more shocked when I saw Bolton hired. Trump is no different than any other politician with special interests. Bolton should have been ran out of the country years ago. I agree. But again, we give credit where credit is due. Oh, let's see what we got there. Let's see. Good news. Hallelujah. Amy Dye. Let's see. About time he canned that warmongering effer. Awesome news. Yay! Another military-industrial complex guy removed. Damn tootin'. Wish Trump said the poor suggestions Bolton made. Listen, what do you think the poor suggestions that Bolton made? More military strikes against Iran. I'm sure that he wanted to see retaliation for us having our drone shot down. Again, I want to talk about that incident where we got our robot shot down. They put a naval plane with 130 fucking lives in their airspace, hoping Iran would shoot them down. Trump's talked about it. Pence has talked about it. No one in the mainstream media wants to focus on that. All right? They act like it wasn't in their airspace. Sure, it wasn't. Just like the drone wasn't. They would have loved for Iran. When I say they, people like Bolton and his minions, that military-industrial complex. They would have had hard nipples aplenty for that, so they could have started their military invasion into Iran. Yeah, Country Dixie. Woo! Goodbye, effing A. Yes. Let's see. Yippee. Hit us with the Howard Dean. Yeah! And we're going to Pompeo. And we're going to, I don't know who else. We got a lot of people to get out of there. You know, I don't want to hate on Pence too much, but he's gone that establishment talking point line. The only thing for me that he's got going for him is that Christian base. And how Christian is it to be part of that war on terror in the Middle East? Give me a break. He's an establishment politician too. All right. However, you know, he's rode with Trump and his decisions in peace, and at least he's an intelligent speaker and isn't over the top like many of these, media praised, quote unquote, leftists, if you will. I don't like the divide, but they want to push people like Ocasio-Cortez and, you obviously Chuck Schumer's in the news, Bernie Sanders, et cetera, et cetera. I had Robbie Martin, a guy who leads pretty far, quote unquote, left on last night to discuss the anniversary coming up of 9/11 and more. And, when we look at this, we're just like, disgusted most of the time because the left used to be anti-war on all levels, and we don't see that anymore. You've got idiots like Amy Knoblar or whatever her name is going, foreign policy's not a game show, Mr. President. Trump should have met with those people in Camp David. You can't tell me otherwise. There's no reason not. Great job. I don't know what that Rogan's up thing means at all. There's some hallelujah in there. Wait on giving him credit until you see who he picks. Touche, Robert Marley. Touche. I agree. Let's see who he picks. You're not wrong. It's about effing time. Yes, finally. Charges coming. Bogus. No, there's no charges coming. No. Listen. Take it. This is a W. This is a W for us. But no, there's no charges coming. I wish. Yeah, what do you think? He was part of the Russian collusion thing? No. Listen, you got to understand, Bolton is a longtime ally of Roger Stone. They're buddies. They're poker buddies. So, that's probably how he made his way into the administration in the first place. Let's see. Genocidal maniac, warmonger, international criminal. Wow, this is huge. Yes, it is huge. Trump still ain't shiz, though. LOL. Pompeo next. More swamp drainage. Well, first of all, Leanne, let's not call it drainage of the swamp. He filled that part of the pool with Bolton. I mean, you can't call that drainage. He put it in there. It's not like he's draining stuff that was already there. Hope he is given a little element 33 masonry. I don't know what that means. Question remains now, which swamp creature will be installed? Good question. Swamp rat. Yes, Mattis is sketchy. Talk about news. Thanks, bro. This is the news. I agree completely, Robert. Bring back Flynn. Bolton is such a neocon dumbass. Agreed. Why is Bolton's hand like that? I don't know. Why is his holding the hand like that? You tell me. Hey! Wait till next week. His name was on PNEC. Yes, it was. Pompeo next. We hope so. Who's he going to pick now for the war-hungry Zionist agenda? Hopefully somebody who's not a war-hungry Zionist, Mr. Craven. That's what we're hoping for. Another neocon bites the dust. Pompeo next. What is with his hand? Perhaps it's the shock of being fired. Maybe he's reaching for his glasses. Actually, there's a pen in this hand that I photoshopped out. He lives and breathes PNAC, as does Bill Kristol. Ironically, though, I agree. The Israel lapdog is fired. He wants us to fight their wars. A warmonger. Little finger bent. Bit muffled. That thing. Yeah, no, it was more than a bit muffled. Man, I've got to fix that up. It's probably just because of the way I've got it down there. But I've got Richard Gage coming up at the top of the hour, so we're only going to do about 30 minutes of this, if that. So get your super chats in if you want the questions, or we're just going to keep going through this. Once again, John Bolton hands in his resignation after Trump calls for it last evening. They disagreed on foreign policy. And let's go over to some of the headlines here, because they're all over the place, right? And come back to the questions in a moment. But here it is. Trump fires John Bolton as national security advisor. Trump ousts John Bolton.
The president's top military, intelligence, and national security officials met today to talk about Venezuela.
Now, why does that video pop up? Let's we need to do a video on Venezuela for sure, but we have no reason to be going in there. I can assure you of that. So, via Twitter, he informs everybody, and here's Bolton confirming it via Twitter. I offered to resign last night, and President's up. Let's talk about it tomorrow. So wait, now he's spinning it? Huh? What? Oh, come on. Yeah, goodbye. You make me sick. Goodbye. I'm very happy. Goodbye. Goodbye, Bolton. Goodbye, Bolton. And you could continue. You're not going to find it anywhere else. Remember, he's the devil incarnate. Let's go back to the questions. Let's go. That was low. Yeah, so hopefully I fixed it. If his pinky is broke, that's a secret. Fuzzy but audible. Surely to be replaced by Flynn. We got a super chat right here. $10. Mr. Nicktown. Great news. Bring the troops home to our borders. I hope. Listen, here's the deal. That's something I talked about with Robbie Martin as well. We don't need ICE. We don't need Homeland Security. We can have border security without that. And whether we want to have troops there or really a wall that works, a combination of both. And I think, again, you don't have to make it a scary type wall. If you implement at some of the more urban areas and city centers a place where people are coming in anyway, and you make it like a shopping center, et cetera, it doesn't have to be this big scary place. However, at the same time, you would have military and police personnel there as well to secure the border. I think it is a good idea, but maybe I'm nuts. Maybe that's just kooky talk. came in at the end, sort of muffled. Okay, yeah. Good now. Hey, bro, Abrams is more dangerous than Doughboy. I don't know what that means. Who's that? Jack Abrams you're talking about? LOL. When a dude looks like a LARPing Milton Bradley board game character and nonchalantly breeds a real-world killing fields, Devil Incarnate is putting it lightly. Padow, I like that. Laugh out loud, Bernie trying to talk. Yeah, hit that like button. Yeah, like, thumbs up, share this, people. Let everybody know John Bolton has been fired. This is a great move by the President of the United States. Couldn't love it more. Effing hilarious. Whoa. Hey, little jumpy McGee there. See, it happens. Sometimes the jumps happen. Oh, wow. Wow, here we go. My goodness. Okay, now we're going. AJ gets it. I don't know what this is. LOL. Good riddance. How far are we up here? Jeez. Do you think much will change? I don't know. There we go. Bernie talk. Ric Flair, woo, loved it. F all U.S. government, the world government means mind control. Thank God, but I fear it's too late now. If kids are being trafficked and abused, then nothing else matters. That's a good point. And, kids are being abused in places like Abu Ghraib, Guantanamo Bay, and other black sites. We did those videos this week. So there's a lot. And let's, tomorrow's the anniversary of 9/11. I'm sure Donald Trump is going to get ready to grandstand with that. And we already have a new History Channel special coming up tomorrow where, let's just say they're going to be talking about that Air Force One credible threat for the first time publicly. I'm really interested to see how they spin that. It's something I covered in Fabled Enemies all the way back in 2008. That's 11 years ago. And now you're going to hear the establishment version of it. Let's see how politically significant that is and historically significant it is. By the way, Mick West, we are trying to set up a debate now on the Tinfoil Hat Cast, probably sometime after next week, but we'll see how that rolls as well. And I'm going to take a few more questions down the line. We got about 13 minutes before I've got to bid you farewell. If kids are being, woohoo, Trump. I didn't see that. Awesome. I agree. Rand Paul would be a great choice. He'd be a great choice. I nominate Tulsi Gabbard. That would be huge, too. I doubt that's happening. Do you think much will change? Was he in the way of leaving Afghanistan? I don't know. Maybe he could have been. I mean, he's a warmonger. I'm sure he didn't want to leave Afghanistan. Good move, Mr. President. I agreed. You are fired. Is held for review. Let's see. What if you're responding to a bot? Okay, so what? What does it matter if I'm responding to a bot? Loved Geraldo Rivera and Bolton, radical American non-mullah on Hannity. I don't know what that is. I can't wait to piss on Bolton's grave. That's a bit much. Good riddance to bad rubbish. He's at Guantanamo. Again, you're in La La Land. So when we see him on camera later talking about this, or when he shows up on MSNBC or CNN or Fox News as a pundit later in the week, then he's in Guantanamo Bay, right? Must not sleep, must warn others. I mean, what is the mental illness out there, guys? Rand Paul should get the job, and Trump should replace Pompeo with Tulsi. It'd be huge. Tell me that would not bury the Washington Mafia. I'll tell you what, that would absolutely 100% get him elected next round, and by a landslide. If he were bold enough to put Tulsi anywhere in his administration where foreign policy was at the forefront, yes, I don't know if she'd accept. I think she's still, going to try to run, but it would be very, very interesting for sure. Let's see. Get fired on his Reichstag Eve Day event. Awesome. That's funny, Twin Stad Bear. I'll give you that. Good riddance. Finally, some Trump love. Listen, Augie. I got accused. Someone said they unsubscribed to me because I revealed, and I've said it before, it's not like a reveal, but when I talked about voting for Trump, because I didn't feel like there was a third-party candidate I could get behind, and I actually liked what he was saying about the anti-war stuff, and I did it with a grain of salt, et cetera, throughout. In fact, I think at that time I was still going on a show called Dangerous Conversation all the way back in 2016. And check it out. I mean, it's being resurrected now with Scott Ledger on Florida Man Radio. I'm going to be going on as guest there. But if you can find some of the old archives, I certainly was talking about it even then. Let's see. Make Ron Paul. That'd be great. But give Ron Paul a job. I'd be all about it. Don't put Bolton back in the UN either. I agree. Don't make him an ambassador anywhere. Get him out of government altogether. Put him in those weird little think tanks. Keep him away from everybody. Even there, he's dangerous. You all love this false left-right paradigm. I don't love the false left-right paradigm. I speak out against it all the time. What about firing a warmonger buys into the false left-right paradigm? I was just talking about bringing Tulsi into that administration. Then how is that left nor right? Listen, I don't have to agree with everybody on everything. She's one of the few voices out there saying, get us the fuck out of the Middle East. Period. Bolton was an Israeli asset. I mean, in some respect, I wouldn't even call him an Israeli asset. I mean, he's very open about how pro-Israel is. The president is very open about how pro-Israel he is. Just watched Invisible Empire documentary yesterday for the first time. Very well done, Jason. Thank you, Badger Report. I appreciate that. Remember, folks, all of my films, that's every single one of them, are absolutely 100% free right here in the documentaries playlist. Shade the Motion Picture, Invisible Empire, A New World Order Defined, Fabled Enemies, and Loose Change Final Cut. You can watch them all free. I'm doing 3 to 7 videos a day. If you're new to this channel, you like deep dives into actual documents, you like information that nobody else is going to give you on Nexium, Epstein, Bilderberg, and more. And if you think I'm kidding you, I'm not. I'm doing it 3 to 7 times a day. Make sure you're subscribed, thumbs up, sharing it with others, and ringing the notification bell. Guys, I'm also only doing it with your help. So if you can support me, $5, $10, $15 means the world to me through my GoFundMe. I don't have a Patreon. I don't have a Subscribe Star. I'm just trying to do it big here. I don't have secret information or anything else to give you. I give away everything I do. That being said, let's continue on through the comments here. So remember to check those documentaries out. They're free. Free for all. But so far, Trump has replaced people with even worse. He has. So we'll see what happens here. The Invisible Man. I don't know what that means. Matt is hired to the Cohen Group, lobbying against America. Exactly. All these guys get big, cushy jobs anyway. They're working for the same interests that are later on going to hire them. And their military-industrial complex interests. They're interested in selling warfare. In selling warfare technology, in selling spy gear, in a track, trace, and database society. In fact, you know what? I think Google finally launched their device that's in your home and follows and tracks your entire family that people are going to be buying this Christmas at about $229. And I think they're doing that now so that they can buck it down to a retail price of around $200 at Christmas, and probably on a Black Friday type event and maybe a Cyber Monday type event, get it down to like $150, get it into as many homes as possible. Because that's the type of tech they love. They love. I don't know what AJ gets. I haven't seen what he has to say about this. Stop writing in caps unless it's a question. I'm an old man. I won't be happy till he fires Pompeo as well. I don't know that I'll be happy until that happens either. Gina Haspel, there's another one to fire. Bloody Gina, I totally agree. Totally agree. All right, I'm going to scroll down, make sure I didn't miss any other super chats, because that's possible. Does not appear I did. I'm sorry I couldn't get to everything. We usually do not during these AMAs. But in about 47 minutes, I will be live with Richard Gage of Architects and Engineers for 9/11 Truth to go over this latest paper out of Fairbanks, Alaska on Building 7 and so much more. Really looking forward to that. I want to say thank you to you guys. Remind you to thumbs this up, share it, subscribe, ring that bell, and if you can financially support me, I appreciate it. Otherwise, I'll see you on the flip side.